Okay, hello guys. I see I'm live now on our HDOR 2020 Facebook page. Let me just try and take a few seconds just to set myself up on this. It's been a long time since we have done a live session, uh, and I hope you can see me now. So if you are able to see something, please drop a comment. I already see a comment from Vishesh, Sunil. Hi, Sunil. Sorry, I was not able to revert to you earlier. Hi. All right. So we have people joining in. Let me. Okay. Just give me a few additional seconds. Some last minute settings for my setups. There are multiple things I'm trying to do right now. So and I'm trying some of those things for the first time actually. So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing a live Zoom meeting, and I'm trying to broadcast that Zoom meeting onto Facebook Live. So that's how what I'm trying to do that, and why I'm doing that, I'll come to that later. There is a specific reason I did a Facebook Live via a Zoom rather than doing it directly on Facebook. So that's it. All right, let's get started. I think I'm all set. I hope all of you are well. You are doing fine during this very tough and challenging times of the COVID-19 pandemic. It's been an absolute challenging time for all of us. And I would say it's more challenging for the running community. We are used to being outside every day, working out, doing our runs. So we have a slightly different lifestyle. So that is getting impacted more. Of course, all of us are not going to our workplaces. So that's like one level of impact. But we look forward to our runs, our daily exercises, our daily workouts to, get those physical benefits. And besides that, it also gives us those mental benefits. We crave for those mental benefits. It relaxes our mind. It makes our life less stressful finally, right? And that's a big objective. I already see Vishal has a question about when the 100 days is going to start, and that is one of the key agendas of this presentation. So we'll come to all of that step by step. Uh, let's start with where we are right now. It's been, can anybody guess how many days we have already seen of the lockdown? Anybody has on their tips what is the lockdown day today? Anybody remembers that, calculates that? Okay, since I don't see comments immediately, let me answer that. Today is day 40 of the lockdown. So it's been all 40 days since we have been mostly inside our homes. Of course, some of us might just venture out to buy some groceries from the nearby shops and stuff. But that's about it, right? Most of us have spent these 40 days sort of within our premises, within our houses, and it's been really challenging for all of us. Not only is it mentally challenging for a lot of us, but it's also challenging in the sense that it's been monetarily challenging for a lot of us as well, because a lot of jobs have been impacted by this pandemic, and different people are impacted in different ways. People who are in travel, tourism, events his business has been hit in a major way, and all those, you have seen all the events canceled basically or postponed. So that's it's been challenging times for the events industry in a big way. Of course, we are all looking forward to ways of dealing with how the situation unrolls in front of all of us, and that's all we can do at this point of time. Try to deal with that in the best possible way, which life throws at us. So we'll deal with it. We'll handle this. We'll come out on the other side strong. That's the objective. What are we doing at 100 days over the last 3 weeks and over the last several weeks, in fact, and going ahead? That's what I want to talk about in today's session. First of all, we have been actively involved, our backend team, our our technical team, the entire team basically has been involved with various activities. So we have, even though we cannot physically go to the office premises, the team continues to work from home and help us in setting up some of the interesting things which we have been unrolling out over the last few weeks. So over the last few days, we have rolled out three events of different formats, and we'll come to that as well. So let's start with 100 days. I think I should not delay that further. A lot of you people want to hear about 100 days, and let's come to that directly. That's the key agenda. So 100 days so far, before we went into the lockdown phase, we hit a big number of registrations. So a quick guess from you guys on the kind of registrations we would have reached by the time, I think it was about 1 month, 1.5 months of time in which the registrations were open. Any guesses how many registrations happened in that time before we went into lockdown? Just your wild guess. The registrations opened something like I think 3rd of February. So February and then March. Around mid of March, the lockdown started. So February, March. So about 1.5, 2 months. All right. So Heidi has a very optimistic view. Heidi, Sunil is going one step ahead. Okay. So the actual on the ground number is close to 10,000 registrations we have seen so far. Gagan has a more accurate prediction, 7,000. So we are at about 10,000 registrations so far. Before we went into lockdown, of course, everything got frozen after that. And since then, registrations have basically stopped. But we continue to push forward. Now, question is when it will start, right? That's the key question coming out. And like I have shared earlier in our emails, it won't really be prudent of us to give an accurate date. I understand other event organizers might be trying to give dates in the hope, and that's not really an accurate date. That's more, given the current situation, that's more like hoping that by a certain date things will stabilize and we will be able to go ahead with our plans. But at this point of time, it's very difficult to give a date. What I can give today to you is an indication of what sort of things might happen, which will allow us to start with 100 days of running. So some leading indicators on when 100 days of running will start. You will probably hear about some of the offices opening. So government giving permissions to public sector and private sector offices to open for people to start going to offices. Not all of them, because I expect it won't be in a single go. The offices will also open in stage by stage manner. So maybe a small set of essential employees first, and then more, and then more. Now, when that moment arises, when these first set of employees start to go to the offices, would be a good indicator. It would be a good leading indicator for us. Okay, things are opening up, and that's possibly when we can look at starting our event, because I understand that our event is a virtual event. It can be done in isolation, but we want, first of all, we want to keep in compliance with government guidelines, with social distancing guidelines. We don't want to cross any of those, right? We want to stay within all those parameters which the authorities are going to set for us. So we will look out for indications from the government, from any communication coming from authorities. And if we see these things happening, that people are starting to go out, maybe permissions are given to go out on our, go out to nearby shops, to groceries, to your barber, to your hair salon. Now, those are like things which people do on an individual basis. Okay, people go out for a certain task, go to the nearby ATMs to get the cash. Those sort of indicators. So when we see those sort of things happening, that's a good sign for us that people are allowed to go out for their essential requirements, and that will help us take that decision that okay, now is a good time for us as event organizers to do this event. Because 100 days of running does not involve mass gatherings. It does not require people to run in groups. It does not require people to assemble at one place and run together. It's about doing something on your own, which can be done with your friends, which can be done with your group, and maybe a lot of you would like to do that right now. But all of us understand where we are right now, right? It's a really challenging time, something which we haven't seen ever, and we have to understand that. So when we see these sort of indications happening, that will be a good time to tell everybody that now we are ready to start with the event. We'll probably give some additional days so that any last moment registration happen, but we won't delay it too much. Probably a week or two of registrations, and then we should be live. That's it. So I won't be giving a date today, but I'm setting expectations on when we can possibly think about opening this event. Again, like I see a comment from Ravinder that runners across different countries may have, uh, different guidelines. So it's a difficult call. We'll have to take that call sometime, and we'll keep an eye on what's happening, and based on that, take a good call. So that's about starting of 100 days of running. Some of you might have question about when are really physical events going to start. The Delhi half marathon, the first one which was impacted is probably Hyderabad marathon, August. It's a huge event. Then we had Satara Hill marathon, huge event. We had Airtel Delhi half marathon again. We already had Bangalore 10K. That was probably the first big impacted event. So, all of those physical events have really moved out, and that's where the bigger challenge is, because when we are looking at physical on the ground events, we are looking at people coming, thousands together at a single spot, and that's probably going to take much more time to open up. I don't see, personally, if you ask me, I don't see that happening this year. I might be being very pessimistic when I say that, and I may be proved wrong for all you know, but that's a likelihood. I have come to sort of agree that that's probably going to happen. All right, let's move ahead. So that's about 100 days of running. Let me quickly check up if you have any specific questions which people might want to have an answer for 100 days of running, which I might have missed. Rohit says first week of July. Sunil Arora, entire India to be in green zone. Again, a zone level thing is we'll have to look at how the zone definitions are. What does zone definition decide in the days coming ahead? We'll have to look at that. Just going through some more questions. For some reason, I'm not able to see all the questions. I don't know why is that. I see there are 36 comments. So but when I look at the comments, I see something like 5 comments. So I'm not sure how this is happening. So Gagan has a question about indoor running. As yes, of course, indoor running is something which has to be taken with a lot of caution. It's a challenging thing because of so many twists and turns you have to do in the house, and it can be done for limited number of days, for limited duration. But if you are planning to do indoor running for a long time, day after day, I don't think that is something we should be looking at. It's going to be not only is it mentally challenging, that's something which we can take care of, but it's more about worry regarding the physical injuries which we might pick up. We may not see it immediately, but over a period of time, because of the hard surface, because of the so many abrupt turns we have to take inside when running in the indoor premises or on your rooftops or whatever. It's something which can be done infrequently for smaller durations, but I won't advise it to be done regularly over long durations. All right, so let's because it's we are already 20 minutes in, and we have to. I'll probably want to wrap it in the next 20 minutes. So let's go ahead with what else is happening on the platform and how we are dealing with it. We had annual challenges. We had monthly challenges. There are multiple challenges. The most popular challenge on our platform was running 20 kilometers in 2020. It was, a big golden goal for a lot of participants, and it had a lot of interest. And similarly, there are monthly challenges which were going on, for which people had registered. And what is because of the situation, what we have decided is the challenges continue, but we are going to give participants extra time to complete those challenges, because we understand that during these days people are not able to do that in the way they would have wanted to. So whatever this lockdown duration is, and no matter how long it extends, you can be assured that we are going to create additional time once 2020 is over, so that we allow you to take those extra days to complete your milestone. I think that would be fair for all participants for those annual challenges, as well as people who may have registered for monthly challenges on an annual basis. We will add extra months to their calendar, basically. So if they have paid for, let's say, April to December, and they are impacted by 2 months, we will add those 2 months towards the end as an extra. So they should not be concerned about being impacted from the current phase for our platform. So that's the annual challenge and the monthly challenge part. I saw a note from Sudhir Sharma ji from Roorkee. He has been a very enthusiastic during this entire phase of the pandemic and before. He's a very active participant. I see his comments all the time, and he, I think, did something like 50 plus kilometers of cycling on his rooftop. That is like seriously amazing. I mean, that's incredible. I think he's something like 50 plus or maybe even 60 plus. Sudhirji, I don't remember your age, but whatever it is, we can't challenge your determination. So excellent job, and keep doing those fun things. Sometimes doing something different adds, it may be sounding eccentric or even crazy, but it's a way of dealing with situation which is being presented to us, and different people deal with it differently, and this is one of the ways. You guys know that Keshav, our 2018 leader for 100 days of running, he did something like, let me remember, Keshav did something like 200 I think it was close to 220 kilometers, which he did on his rooftop as part of an online ultra challenge, basically. Gagan confirms it's 222 kilometers. So Keshav ran that distance over probably 2 days, covering 222 kilometers on his rooftop as part of this challenge. So there are exceptional people, and we all can try to do the best we can, right? We don't need to copy Keshav, or we don't need to copy Sudhir. We need to be the best we can. So that should be the goal, probably. So okay, so now given all of this, the next thing we started after 100 days of running, and when our physical event stopped, is starting a free event called Fit at Home. Stay inside your home, work out, do these multiple workouts, record your activities, and that's sort of a way to allow people to be active during this phase and stay connected with HDOR platform. Last week we enabled a new feature, which is to allow participants to upload photos of their activities, not on Facebook, but on HDOR platform as part of this activity. That was enabled for a different event, but for Fit at Home, I think our team is looking forward to enabling that feature in this coming week. So next week you should probably see that, and I look forward to seeing a lot of your indoor workout photos on the platform. Um, uh, What else? Sorry, I actually wanted to share a screen also. Let me try that. That's why I had set up this Zoom session. So let me see if I am able to share it and you guys are able to see it as well. So this is where we are. I was talking about 100 days of running. Uh, let me see. Okay, I hope you guys are able to see the screen now, and I am on first slide, 100 days of running. Then we talked about these monthly and annual challenges which continue, but we will give extra time for all of those towards the end. And I came to fit at home challenge, which is all about indoor workouts. We have a big list of about 50 workouts on the platform which you can do as per how you have set up your challenge, and share your updates, and you can start sharing your photos from the next week on the platform. What next? So this is an ongoing event as well. We got connected with Concern India Foundation, which is one of the big NGOs in India, involved in multiple causes across India for different things. And COVID-19 was one of the things they wanted to work towards, and they are contributing in different ways. They are contributing towards the equipment required to fight COVID-18. So the face masks, the ventilators, the different whatever is required to help people affected by the situation. So that is one thing which Concern India Foundation is working on. The second thing which Concern India Foundation is working towards is helping people in a different way, in the sense that supporting them as they go through this challenge. So a lot of us, the daily wagers, people who have lost their livelihood and need a lot of support in the form of food or material on a daily basis. So Concern India Foundation is helping with those. The migrant workers community who have lost their livelihood and are stuck here, not being able to move to their hometowns. Those are the kind of people from our community which Concern India is trying to help through this initiative, and even otherwise. So the Stay Home, Stay Fit 7-day fitness challenge which we created is for this very cause, for Concern India, to raise awareness and to raise money to help them meet all these requirements as part of this fight against COVID-19. So far, the data with me, which I have, is we have raised 1,35,000 as part of the initiative. This is a 7 days challenge. So each day we will be having a workout which is being shared to all the participants, which they are expected to follow. And each of those workouts is coming from an expert. From an expert trainer. So we had workouts on yoga so far, we had workouts on Pilates, we had workouts on the animal farm movement. We had what else? We had workouts. So we had 3 workouts so far, and today is 3rd of May. The event started on 1st of May and will continue till 7th of May. So even if you have missed a few days and not registered, my request for you would be to take part in this event, not necessarily as part of doing those, learning from these 7 different experts about what they are trying to teach you in each of those sessions, but also towards the cause, right? I think the cause is the bigger thing which we are doing, for which we are doing this event, and any contribution from you would definitely help in a big way. So even if you have not registered till now, I would suggest that please go to HDOR.com, look for the event which is listed under the events menu, and you should be able to register and raise and help Concern India Foundation for this cause. So that's the next thing. And finally, coming to the last section, which is our next initiative, we have partnered with expert coach Gagan Arora. He is based out of Delhi NCR, and he's being into expert physical fitness and cardio fitness training for the last, I think it must be around 20 years now. He's into training people and helping them with those workouts. So one thing, so this event is now live and available on our platform. Let me provide a brief introduction about how this will happen, because that's one question which I think a lot of participants would want to clarify. Many of you have seen a lot of trainers sharing their videos on Facebook, on Instagram, or different social media portals, right? And a lot of you, even when we are talking about this, we are also talking about our 7-day fitness challenge, right? We are sharing 30 minutes sessions from specific trainers every day. And a lot of event organizers are doing that today. Okay. And what you are doing and you can do right now is try to follow what they are doing. The session which we are doing now with Coach Gagan Arora is something which will be done in a more interactive manner. How will that happen? It's very simple. You register with for the event, and we are going to have 3 workout sessions for 30 minutes each on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And these sessions will be done live, right? So, okay, you do these live sessions on Facebook. How is this live session different from that live session? This live session will be done on the Zoom app. And I hope, or I assume a lot of you or most of you understand what Zoom app is. It's a live video conferencing 2-way system. So you can connect in Zoom on a live meeting, and then there are multiple participants who are taking part in that live meeting. Each of them can see each other, or at least the trainer or the person who is coordinating the meeting, in this case our coach Gagan, he'll be able to see all those participants in front of him, and they will be able to see him. And the workout will be very interactive. He'll be giving specific directions about how to do each workout. He'll be showcasing that workout, doing it himself. The participants will be expected to do the same workouts right in front of him through this Zoom app. And he will be able to guide you to correct your posture. If you are doing something incorrectly, to point it out. So this is going to be an extra level of detail when you are trying to do these workouts, which will help you and keep you more motivated. So rather than just trying to follow someone online without expert guidance, because the thing is, when we are trying to do something, we might feel that we are doing it in the best possible way, right? That's an inner feeling that, okay, I'm doing it perfectly, just like the person who's trying to showcase it to me. 90% of the time, that is not correct. There will be things which need advice from the coach, which need a visual check from the coach to see whether you are doing it correctly or not. And that's where our coach will come in handy and help you out with doing those workouts in an effective manner. So this is a great opportunity, I think, to keep in touch, to keep your physical fitness levels high, to keep you energized and you mentally refreshed during these tough and challenging times. And maybe I'm not talking about just this 1 month or 2 months of activity, right? We are talking long term. If you are looking at changing your lifestyle, building that core fitness and strength in yourself, getting in touch with a physical trainer who can guide you on a day-to-day basis effectively will be something else. People who work with such coaches will probably agree with that much more. So that's the next thing which I wanted to highlight here. Sorry, I missed that and missed the next slide, which talks about the profile of Gagan Arora and the workout from home sessions, which we are trying to launch. This launches from May 11th. So May 11th is the first date on which these sessions go live. We sent out an email today to to our HDOR community about this with instructions and details. The website has enough information. So if you have any questions about this event, please feel free to drop a mail on support on our support portal or on our Facebook page. Any doubts, we will be able to clarify that. And if I'm not able to do that, Coach Gagan Arora will be able to clarify that on behalf of us. He's the expert. So that's it for my final point. So I'll go back to the Facebook live session now, stop this sharing, and see if there are any additional questions which you guys have before we end this session. So let me spend the final few minutes looking at the Facebook live. So Coach Gagan mentions that his sessions will have multiple aspects. It will be about strength. It will be about guidance regarding distance running. It will be about rehab. It will be about animal flow. It will be about functional training. There will be multiple aspects: cardio, flexibility, mobility. So it should be a good, fun, and useful activity. What else do I see here? Question from Vishal about can we expect HDOR to start by last week of May? Vishal, like I said, it's difficult to say right now because we do not have enough visibility. Basically, I would have loved to start it by the end of May, and it might be possible, but I'm not in a position to commit to that date. And like I said earlier in my session, look out for lead indicators, and once you see those things happening, you will automatically know that HDOR is going to start now. And those things are people starting to venture out, being allowed to go to their offices, some of them being allowed to visit their neighborhood shops, which are outside their home, which are outside their premises. When those sort of things happen, we will know that there is a wider consensus that people are expected to go out, maintain social distancing, and that should be a good indicator for us to start with the 100 days of running event. All right. I continue to struggle with the comments part. Let me see. There would be another way to see the comments because I really want to go through all those comments and try to answer them for all of you. Just give me a few moments. Okay, I can see the comments now. Kindly consider indoor for HDOR. So indoor activities are indoor. So when we look at HDOR or rather 100 days of running, we will be looking at running outside because we will not open the event unless almost all of you are able to run outside. So indoor running, rooftop runs, we will have to look at how we can. We are open to all thoughts. So we will definitely look at your advice, Ravindra, on how to consider indoor runs or rooftop runs for 100 days of running. I agree to your point. Balachandar, I understand you are running for 2,000 kilometers challenge, not able to run during the lockdown. We will give you extra days so that even if 2000 ends and you are not able to complete due to missing certain number of days due to the lockdown, we will accommodate you with extra days. Jaspreet has been guiding audience on the comment section itself, so I won't come to that, but thank you, Jaspreet, for your comments and guiding the participants about things regarding indoor running or indoor workouts. Thank you, Jaspreet. Ravindra has a question about what is the tagline, come what may, and that is something maybe I would want to answer here. So it's about being brave, about trying to overcome your so-called limits which you think are in your mind. Sometimes you think, okay, today I cannot do this. I'm not feeling up to it, I'm not feeling good enough. I can't do this. What my thought around this is that we are going to do it come what may, no matter what the circumstances are. everybody has personal challenges in their life. We have seen amazing stories from some of you who have undergone really stressful situations during those 100 days, and you were able to come out of that. You were brave enough to brave those challenges and take on 100 days of running, did all the 100 days in spite of all those challenging circumstances, whether it was travel, it was vacations, it was poor health to a certain extent. Of course, I won't advise you to do something exhausting which impacts your health if you are already suffering. No, that's a straightforward no. But there are certain decisions which you can take consciously for yourself, and if you see, that's the spirit of come what may. Uh, Figure of 8. So Ratandeep, if I'm not wrong, Ratandeep is advising a figure of 8 to do it in a graceful manner, indoor runs. I think that might be probably correct, right? Because it's trying to avoid a sudden change in direction. I don't know how many of you can actually do that, but it would be a good way to do any indoor runs. We have some comments from Tushma. Amit, hi, how are you doing? Let me see some more comments. So I guess, yeah, that's about it. What I will try to probably do is continue with these weekly or rather weekend sessions, just to stay in touch with you guys and maybe share what's happening on our end. The team is our team, our development team, our technical team, our core team is fully charged up to go ahead and keep on enabling you to do whatever you guys whatever is best for you guys. At this point of time, the indoor activities are the best we can all do, and we have looked at various ways of supporting you in this by doing fit at home challenges, by doing the Concern India challenge indoor, and now partnering with Coach Gagan Arora for more guided training sessions for all of you. In the days going ahead, we will keep focusing on and help and continue to improve the platform in multiple ways to deliver you the best experience. We have been doing this since